Hey everybody, a new patch came out on the test branch and I'm going to go over some of the highlights for you, including my favorite change, which is the stone portal. I'm calling it Hildir's portal since it's getting fixed with her big patch. This is something I requested myself when talking with developer Jonathan Smars, and he delivered. What a cool dev team they have over at Iron Gate. If you're interested in reading the full patch notes, I'll have a link in the description. To start, Iron Gate says that there are still a few adjustments to be made to Hildir's request update, but they are hopeful that this will be the last test patch before it goes live. One huge change they made is that all the clothing that Hildir sells now reduces stamina. The headwear reduces stamina by 15%. The tunics and dresses reduce stamina by 20% for a total of 35% stamina reduction. Here's a quick test I did while naked and then while wearing the stamina clothes. You can see there's clearly an advantage in stamina. Stamina clothes don't seem to affect stamina while sprinting, unfortunately. I tested it naked and with stamina clothes, and my stamina ran out at about the same distance. They added the ability to copy pieces while in build mode. Just hold the shift while pressing the middle mouse button. And notice that it copies the rotation also. In addition, manual snap cycling now shows a name of each snap point. So you've got bottom and top and auto for these that only have 2 snap points. For something that has more snap points, it'll have top 2, top center, bottom center, and top 1. And you can just use Q and E to cycle through these. You can also now zoom the camera while using the hammer and the hoe and the cultivator if no rotation is possible. So you can see here, because I can see the piece, it'll rotate it. But if I'm too far away and I can't see the piece, it'll zoom in and out. And you can also zoom in and out with the hoe and the cultivator. They also made another change where removing a piece is now done when you release the button rather than pressing it, to allow for the button combinations and so you can change your mind and hover away. So normally if I went to delete this piece, I would press middle mouse button and it would delete. But now if I press middle mouse button and hold it, it won't delete. I'm holding it now, and if I want to, I can look away and let it go and it won't break. So I'm going to press it and then it'll break when I let it go. Right now I let it go. So one of the exciting updates for this patch is that you could empty your stacks into a chest that are in your inventory if you click Shift E. Well, I'm holding Shift, and when I click E, it no longer does that. The stacks no longer join. Instead, you have to open a chest and then there is a button to place stacks. That's unfortunate because I was really hoping to just run by and click random chests with Shift E to dump and empty my inventory really quickly. Now instead I have to open, find the button, and then click it. And you can see the stacks went into there. So that'll slow us down, but it's better than nothing. They also have a toggle run command. It was actually renamed to toggle sprint. So you can see that's right up here. So with it off, when you sprint, you have to click Shift and hold it. If you let it go, you'll go back to running. But with toggle sprint enabled, you can hit Shift and let it go and then only have to hold the W key on your keyboard to run. But as soon as you run out of stamina or stop, you will go back into run mode and then have to toggle it on again. Okay, and they have an item set command for creative and admin controls where you can get a whole bunch of gear from a particular biome, and it will drop a tombstone for whatever you have on you and then give you a whole bunch of gear from that biome. So in this update, they've actually added a Hildir's item set command so you can get all of Hildir's items really quickly, and they give you a hammer and a hoe to fill in the last 2 slots. The item sets are really convenient for using admin and creative mode if you just need to get some gear quickly. And with this update, you can now force delete the tombstones. And since we couldn't do that before, you would have to come up and empty these one item at a time especially if your inventory is full, which made it very tedious if you wanted to spawn in a whole bunch of them to see what kind of items you get for each one. They also have a new optimized low vegetation quality setting. It'll have a small amount of grass rather than none. A lot of people would like to come into here, go to settings, graphics, then turn the vegetation all the way down to get rid of all the grass and the ground clutter. This would help performance, but it would also make it easier to see rocks and mushrooms and things on the ground. Now, if I come over here, you can see, it's still, they're being covered up a little bit by the shade and the grass, but it is a little bit easier to see them versus having the full vegetation setting on. And lastly, the new portal fix. If you look through the patch notes, you'll see a note that says fixed a crash related to the old portal. Now, this is the old stone portal. It was only available to spawn in with the admin commands, and you do that simply by typing in spawn portal. So I'm going to do that here, and you can see just like everything with the admin commands, they spawn 1 meter up from the ground, and they always face north, everything that you spawn in. Now, if you use mods like the Infinity Hammer, you have a lot more control. So as soon as this new patch comes out, I recommend that anybody doing admin or creative stuff download the Infinity Hammer mod so that you can place this wherever you want, rotate it, and yeah, it's much more fun and usable that way. So before this portal, when you spawn it in, it would never light up, it would never connect to another portal, and if you opened your console, you would see a whole bunch of spam going on here, and the only way to get your console to stop spamming would be to remove it. But recently I asked Jonathan if he could fix this. Apparently it was a simple fix that Jiroc created a mod for, so people who wanted this were using a mod. But now, because of Jonathan, he fixed it and we no longer need a mod to use the stone portal. You still have to use admin commands to spawn it in, but it works, and it'll be fun for events, for creative builds, or just fun things to do on your server for your players. And just to show you that it works, I'm going to go through. Ta-da! And remember, if you want to build the stone portal for the players on your server and you still need a server, use my link over at gportal and you can save 10%. Why pay more if you don't have to? And that 10% is good even if you get a full yearly membership. So take advantage, use my link, jiroctheviking.com/gportal, and save 10%. And special thanks to all my patrons who make all this possible. You guys are absolutely awesome.